This was a direct threat to my nostalgia, and I had to take it on the chest. And you know what? I hated it.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
Hey you guys, it's Yarn Guys Cosplay, and I'm back again with another Stitch and Bitch Sunday video. If you are new to my channel, howdy, how y'all doing? Stitch and Bitch Sundays where I sit down and talk to you guys about a terrible movie or TV show that I watched recently while I crochet. If you're returning to my channel, girl, don't say a goddamn thing. I know what you're thinking. Listen. I had to come back for a special occasion, okay? Don't worry about it. I've been traveling, I've been busy, I've been to all these different cons this week. If you didn't see me IRL, I don't know, you see me in here now. So I don't want to hear nothing from the back, nothing. If you're returning to my channel, thank you guys so much for supporting my little channel over here. Hopefully with me traveling less, it means I could post more videos and actually do more content over here. But you know, me and YouTube stay beefing and I stay traveling, so we'll see how it goes. Today I'm super excited to talk about this movie that came out for Halloween, and I'm still processing how I feel about it, but like I figure I'll make a video and talk about it. It will release me from the chokehold currently has me in, and that is Hocus Pocus 2. Now, I know, I could hear the boos already. I know we were all talking about, you know, and then like they came back and like, it's not the same. And like we were, just let me talk first. Damn. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Hocus Pocus 2, I didn't like. I didn't like it. I tried to like it. I watched it like 5 times. And I think by the 5th time is when I was like, okay, you know what? I still don't like you, but I will accept you as not my movie. Like, I am not your target demographic, and it's okay. I'm at peace with this. But the first time I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is it? The second time I watched it, I was like... The third time I watched it, I was like, okay, you know, the songs are kind of catchy. The fourth time I watched it, I was like, nope, the songs are not worth it. The songs are not worth I don't care. Okay, little flash mob thing was kind of cool, I guess, but I'm over it. And then by the 5th time I watched it, I was like, you know what? Okay, it's kind of cute, but I kind of wanted to, like, you know, explain why Hocus Pocus isn't good and why so many of us have this knee-jerk reaction of ill no. And also I want to talk about the good parts of Hocus Pocus too, because I don't think it was a terrible movie. I just think it is a movie for the current times, and I don't like this style of art and direction for kids media. But I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time describing the movie. I highly recommend that if you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and go to Disney Plus, watch over there. If you have already seen it and you're just like, YG, how could you like it? What I said, just accept the fact that this is not a movie for our nostalgia. This is a movie for Gen Z's nostalgia. Hocus Pocus 2, we have Becca, Cassie, and Izzy. And I have a really hard time remembering their names because I just remember their faces. And I distinctly remember how they tried to use the 3 new witches to mimic the Sanderson sisters. And right off the bat, I was like, oh, this is a handoff. This is very much them going, hey, they're coming back for the last time. They're definitely not going to come back again for a 3rd movie. And the next round of, you know, witches is going to be these 3. It is Becca's birthday, and Cassie is not friends with Izzy and Becca right now. Like, they're kind of friends, but they high-key beefing. But like, there's a man involved because Cassie got a boyfriend or whatever, and he's like a jock. He's a football player. He's on a football team, which inherently means that he's not that bright and that him and Cassie get along, but he doesn't get along with her friends. And she put a man before her coven, y'all. I swear to God. That's why I was like, Cassie, you raggedy. Cassie is not necessarily on good terms with Becca and Izzy because she's just too old for all that witch stuff. And Becca and Izzy are about to celebrate Becca's 16th birthday, and apparently when you turn 16 you get witch powers. That's something new that they threw into the movie. I completely skipped over the intro of this movie because like it was basically us watching young Winifred before like they became like the Sanderson sisters, like as we know them. And the backstory was kind of cool, but I was also kind of like, you know. It was nice seeing kids play the Sanderson sisters. Like, I will say this right now, the little girl that played Winifred, girl, you ate. No crumbs, no notes. You did. I don't know. Listen, if you were her daughter, I wouldn't be surprised. So it was kind of cute to see that. But basically, the background for them is they were normal. They were obviously very defiant, Winifred in particular. They already had a little bit of evil in them, but not a whole lot. They ran off to the woods. Another witch who was about to eat them, girl, they were in danger, was like, wait, Winifred, I see me, you see you. I see each other. Yeah. Gives her the book, and then ta-da, they get into witchcraft and witchery, and then they become the Sanderson sisters. Fast forward to present day. Becca and Izzy are going to the same woods that the Sanderson sisters met the original witch, that where they got her powers. So they're celebrating her birthday, and the shop owner, who turned the Sanderson's house into like a museum, gave them a candle. And it was just a regular candle. Like, it was like, here you go. Use it for your magic spells or whatever. And call it a day. Surprisingly enough, it wasn't a regular candle. It was a magical candle that brought the Sanderson sisters back again. And I will definitely say, like, seeing Disney's budget, they had a little extra cash on the side for some CGI. Because when I say, they were like, listen, the ground gonna crack. The air gonna quake. Everything. We're gonna have lighting crew. We're gonna have fire, we're gonna have molten lava. You're gonna know that they're coming from the pits of hell. Before it was implied, but this time we get to see it. So they're back, and the Sanderson sisters obviously are just like, oh cool, kids, let's just go ahead and eat them, because like we on the clock. Okay, we got 24, we got 12 hours. Okay, what time you left the candle? 8 o'clock? Girl, we only got 12 hours. What time is sunrise nowadays? And then the kids were just like, no, we're actually witches too, and we brought you back because you're our idols, and we're gonna take you to a Walgreens and show you how to stay young forever. They take them there, and they're just like, yeah, we need to hurry up and figure out how we're gonna get rid of them, because if they're gonna realize that we're lying to them, and at some point they're gonna eat us. So like, we need to figure out a plan. So Izzy and Becca are just kind of like, okay, we're gonna distract them with some lotion, and then we're gonna get some salt, and then we're gonna like run away or something and figure out how to get this whole thing solved. And it's weird. I don't know how to describe everyone's faces, because it's like, I know the Sanderson sisters, the actresses are older, but I can't put my finger on why. Like, I see they're older, but like, I legit was looking up images and comparing the two, because I'm just like, you look like the Sanderson sisters. You are the Sanderson sisters. The makeup is the same. There's a couple of more modern takes on like your eyebrows and lashes, but that's really it. But like, they weren't what I remembered. And I feel like I gave the movie a harsher criticism, because my nostalgia was at threat. My nostalgia was like, bitch, this is not the same actresses that we saw last week on the recording on Disney Plus for Hocus Pocus 1. How dare you mean they age? So that's kind of why I gave the movie more of a I guess more leeway, because by the fourth and fifth time rewatching it, my brain finally let go of what they have been looking like in my head for the last, God, forever. And now I have to come to terms that they are in fact older. There's not enough makeup in the world that's going to take back the years, especially for a movie like this, because the other thing too that also occurred to me was the fact that everything was recorded for Hocus Pocus 1 in like 1080p, and everything recorded now for Hocus Pocus 2 is like 4K HD. Like, bitch, we can see the lace front. Like, it was crazy, and I'm just like, why is everything so clean? Why is everything so sharp? Why is my nostalgia was just like, no, this is not set in the late 90s. What is this? This is a modern film. I rebuke it. I rebuke thee. So, outside of me having like, a little internal crisis about the age of everyone and just the general look of the movie not being a nostalgia film, it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't bad. There was a couple of moments within the movie where we have Becca trick the Sanderson sisters with water, saying it's the rare berry that they need, the rare berry juice that they need for their potion. And there's another funny moment where they were trying to get out of the room, and Winifred had cast a spell that was like, you know, you cannot get out any form or fashion, and it includes phones. It included phones. I was like, damn, not the cellular. She thought everything. You know, Winifred always been that witch, always will be that witch, okay? I want to talk about Cassie. I'm all over the place because, like, I don't want to, like, really spoil the movie. I highly recommend you guys go watch it. Just at least the first 5 times. You give it what I gave it. 5 times, and if you don't like it, listen, I tried, okay? But I want to talk about Cassie because the Sanderson sisters in particular were hell-bent on getting revenge on the mayor of the town because he's a direct ancestor of their mayor that, like, you know, cast them out of Salem because they were witches. And they install this storyline in the beginning of the movie, and it's the same actor obviously from the past and in the future. But my thing is, like, so Cassie, ancestrally, you're telling me that your family comes from the long line of witch hunters and witch trials in Salem? And now you yourself are supposed to be one of the witches for the new coven with Izzy and Becca? So I found that kind of weird, and I understand, like, where they were trying to, like, you know, tie everything together, and, like, you know, you gotta have 3, but, like, Cassie, again, first of all, Cassie picked a man over her coven. That was my first issue. I was like, girl, you trashed in the beginning. And now you come from a long history of witch hunters, Salem witch trials. Your track record not getting any better. Like, the more I get to know about you, the more I'm just like, you know what? Winifred could win. She could get it back in blood. So fast forward, obviously the Sanderson sisters gets defeated. And I was so irritated with the defeat because basically they put together this giant spell that gives them ultimate power, but in exchange for their ultimate power they must sacrifice whatever they hold dearest. And for Winifred, that was her sisters. She doesn't know this. She doesn't read the fine print. Book tried telling her don't do it, but, like, she hard-headed. She's not gonna listen. So she does it, and then she loses her sisters, and then all of a sudden she has a change of heart, and she's just like, I don't want magic. I don't want ultimate power. I want my sisters. And I'm not sure what happened here. I understand that Winifred has always been fond of her sisters, but I distinctly remember that when they saw black goo on the floor in the first movie, that Winifred and the other one, I cannot remember her name for some reason, Mary. Winifred and Mary both looked at each other and thought, okay, you know what? The blonde one, Sarah, she could be sacrificed. If this black goo takes her out, it takes her out. And they push her into the road. So I just really, really wonder where all this, like, deep sisterly love comes from. Because when she sacrificed her sisters by mistake, she was sad, and she's like, look, you know, do what you gotta do. I don't want to be here no more. I really feel like Winifred would have been like, damn, that's crazy, that's wild. I'll see you guys in a few hundred years. I'm gonna have magical powers for forever. I'm gonna go wreck Salem. But, like, this is so weird how they suddenly gave her, like, this heart. And I don't think, maybe I'm misinterpreting Winifred. Maybe she's not the bad bitch extraordinaire I thought she was. But, like, that moment in particular, I was just like, throw the whole movie away. Throw the whole fucking movie away because I am done. I understood what they were doing because, again, this movie is not a continuation of the Sanderson sisters. It is essentially a handoff where they are done with their trilogy or with their saga, and they're passing the torch onto the young ones, including the direct descendant of the witch trial hunters. Like, Cassie, I really feel like you don't belong here, but whatever, go off Disney. They send her with her sisters. They're like, yeah, we can't bring them back. We could send you to them. And she's like, oh, cool, great. I'm fine with this. All right, don't forget, keep your coven close and everything. Don't pick a man over them. And then she leaves, you know, she gets sacrificed and everything, all that good stuff. And the movie ends. The coven gets back together. The boy, I guess, is still around. They make up. Oh yeah, we find out Becca's a witch. You know, literally black girl magic dripping from her fingertips. I want to say Disney is trying to push for a TV series. I haven't decided if I'm mad at this or not yet, mostly because I like Becca and I like Izzy, but I truly abhor Cassie. It'll be along the lines of like a Charmed, but like for kids. So a lot less sex, but a lot of magic. Maybe some CGI here too. But like, I still don't know how I feel about it. Cause like, I feel like Disney as a whole will milk their ideas until they're dry and then some. So I don't necessarily want a TV series, but if they end up releasing a TV series, I would kind of be okay with this. I'm not going to like, you know, run to the TV and watch it immediately, but it wasn't a bad movie. It just wasn't my movie. And also, I need them to drop down the frames, because why was everything in 4K? Like, if y'all don't look like the 90s film, I don't want it. Like, this was a direct threat to my nostalgia, and I had to take it on the chest. And you know what? I hated it. That's all for this Stitch and Bitch Sunday. It was kind of all over the place, but like, I didn't really have a whole lot to say about the movie itself. I definitely recommend that you go watch it at least once and see what I'm talking about with how they narrated the story. And definitely leave in the comments if you liked it or not, if you saw similar correlations that I saw, if you saw something else, if I forgot to mention something. If you want to see more Stitch and Bitch videos, drop a comment below about a movie that I should review and watch. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe so you get notifications of when I go and drop a video, like, you know, once every 6 months. Like a G. And I'll catch